Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going over Lab 3, Decks of Cards. This is a basic Java program. It's really meant as a team building exercise more than anything. We're going to have 4 classes, card, hand, deck, and a main class which you can call whatever you want. Our card class is really simple. It just has a couple private data members, a couple of constructors. Make sure that you use mutators in your constructors and don't just modify the data directly because the mutators are going to be validating data and setting error flags. And of course, we're going to be using an enum with the 4 common suits. Your toString method must print clearly, and it must also check that error flag that I was talking about because you have to print something special out. You will only have one mutator. It's going to modify 2 values simultaneously. And don't forget to do a test run. Even though this is a really simple class, you need to test all parts of your program. The hand class can be thought of as like the player. It uses a fixed size array to prevent a stack overflow exploit. You will be tracking your position with an integer. Your reset hand method is really simple. It can be done using one line of code. Just think about the fact that you're using an integer to keep track of where you're at, and you should be able to figure that out. Your take card method will store a copy, not a reference. It needs to have its own copy. Your play card method also can be done with one line of code. There is a way to do it. Your toString method will display the entire hand. Your inspect card method, again, must check that error flag. And your testing will loop both ways because you're going to take cards and then you're going to play them. So you got to go back and forth. Our deck class will hold our master pack with all 52 cards. This is static to save memory. You don't want every new deck you make creating a new master pack. It's just a waste of memory. So we're going to make it static so all the deck objects can share the same pack. Your constructors are going to call 2 methods to initialize, but remember not to reinitialize the master pack. Your shuffle method will use RNG and a basic loop. You'll be swapping values randomly as many times as you want. It should be sufficient to shuffle it. When you're allocating your master pack, in order to not reallocate it if it's made already, you might be able to use like a static boolean, or maybe even check if the object or the values are null. That might work as well. And when you're testing, you're going to test a single deck, and you're also going to have multiple packs. So it's going to be a pretty thorough test of your deck class. When you put everything together in your main class, you're basically going to consolidate your test code into your main method, and then you're going to loop through and you're going to be calling methods within the objects that are created. So for example, when you're resetting, you'll be calling every object's reset method. And remember, when you're dealing, to deal to one player at a time, go back to beginning and repeat. So your phase 4 algorithm should look something like this. You'll create a new deck, you'll prompt the user for a number of players, and you'll create that many hands. You'll then loop through the hands, calling the take card method, which uses the deal card method from the deck as an argument. You'll loop through your hands again, calling their toString methods, loop through them again to reset them. You'll also reset your deck to its initial state. You shouldn't be creating new objects anymore. After you reinitialize, you'll shuffle your deck, you'll redeal to all your hands, and then you'll print them out, and you're done.